Welcome back to Bump Love. Today we would like to speak about the effects of COVID-19 within our families, the nation and internationally. Ladies, what are your thoughts, or how has this pandemic affected you personally?
I think the greatest effect for me, for the kids, for the family really has been this whole social distancing, because kids are social beings, they like to be with other children. I guess they're happy to be at home and spend time with me, no doubt. But I feel it like when I get a call from my mom and we are talking, and then they go like, "Is that Kaka? I want to talk to Kaka." And their Kaka, who's my mom, who I absolutely love, has a chest problem that is going to go, but it hasn't yet. And so like when COVID-19 came and everything, and it's affecting the lungs, she was like one of the first people we locked down. Even before they said lockdown, I was just like, lock down, like nobody should leave her home, nobody should enter her home. So that was it. So for them, very early, even before lockdown, they were locked down from their Kaka. So right now it's a thing that I feel like now their talks with her are longer, like they'll finish an entire hour reporting, showing her their things they are doing. Then when like my brothers call, you see them asking, "Is that Uncle Baba? Is that Uncle Baba? Can I talk to Uncle Baba? Mommy, call for me this one. Mommy, call this one." So I feel like that's what has affected them the most. Yeah.
Also, as much as we have children, we are also children to our parents. So they have missed us just the same way we've missed them. So for me, that void of not having, I occasionally go to see my mom because we discuss a lot, like she's my best friend. So this social distancing thing, yeah, it was serious. Having to stay away from her, even in the sense that those days when I would drive, it would be easy for me to have access to money to send her immediately. But now she would be like, "I need this, do you have a 50K I could use?" And you're thinking, okay, now I have to call hubby to be the one to send the money. Before it would be easy. So for me, it's really been my mother. Yeah.
Well, in my case, too, I'll speak like in Rosette's case, we come from a very tight-knit family. So literally every weekend, when I finish work, like on Saturday, we'll go and spend the night at my parents' place. And my parents are really old compared to most. So not having that constant interaction, because they're like, we have everything, because you provide this, that, the other. But that thing when you come and you bury your face in your mom's breast, it looks like such a small, mundane thing, but it becomes so important when you are unable to. That's one. And what I did last week, the day they opened cars like this, I drove to my parents' house in Makindye. They sat on the balcony. Mommy had made those Swahili nsene and biryani. And I sat outside with my plastic cup and fork, and we just spoke and looked at each other. And it was, really, really good. But the thing that, the greatest effect I've had during this whole COVID thing is my firstborn son is stuck at university. And of course, when you call, he's like, "Mom, I'm okay. We are getting on okay." You ask the usual questions, then he says, "But Mom, I'm a big boy. I can look after." But as a mom, when you go to bed at night after watching all these things on telly, you just want to hold your children close by. But those that I am with at the moment, you learn so many things about living together. There are people who can't live 24/7 with their people. I truly believe that I can stay with my family in this small, because they are grown up. In the evening, we do our drinks, we have our music, we do our chores together. But when you're unable to hold all your children, man, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
Well, I'll borrow from yours, because my son's been away from home for over 2 months. Yeah, you see, yeah. Yeah. You see, the problem is when people want you to see things, you end up seeing them. I'm actually happy that is the note you've got, because that's the intention.
Yes.
So yeah, the last time me and my child were apart for such a long time, was when I had to go and study.
Yes.
So that was a year. So I feel like I have some more months left in me before I know my breaking point.
Yes.
But it's been a different kind of parenting. It's shown me that you can still parent from far. You don't, not necessarily, you can still allow somebody else to fill your shoes for an extended period of time, which is all right.
True.
I've missed him, I do miss him, but I've never been one to dwell on what I can't control. So luckily, I don't really have that, oh my God, what can I do? What? Because he's in the village, like real on the other side of town with his Vagunde people. So I have no real access to him. But of course, now that the cars were allowed to move,
Yeah.
there is an arrangement for them to come back. So so you see that's the difference. If you ask my son, he's having a well of a time, you
Yeah.
know, because with me it's just me, you know, and
True.
it's just us, and would have run each other crazy most likely. One of us would have died maybe. But he's with his siblings, with the extended family, with
Yes.
the other side, and that's his family. Like, and it's been really good for me, honestly, because at the end of the day, those are his people. That's his blood.
True.
At the end of the day.
True.
So much as I spend most of the time with him, this for him, and it's also shown me that he can assimilate with them. Those are his people. They love
True.
him.
True.
And that's the same way that I love him, and they've been great. He does all sorts of things that he can't do when he's here.
And he's
So
not
for me,
necessarily
it's
also
been-
missing home. He
it's-
loves
Oh,
it
he
there.
does. Like, I
bit.
think we're the same in that
Yeah.
personality. Of he understands
Okay.
that what can I do. He's not the type of when am I coming? When will I see you? How I miss you? No, it's a calm. I wish I
that
could
time
see
will
you,
come.
but I can't right now. But it's okay. That time
He
will come.
understands.
But as like Angie, my family is really, really close, really, really close, and like how we meet over the weekends for all sorts of things. But now we've not been able to do that as a family. And my sister got stuck in Switzerland. My youngest sister, who I'm really, really close to, we're really, really close, and she got stuck because she was there to take care of somebody, and then they closed the borders, and she has not been around for all this time. And it's for me, many of the time, she's the one I think about, because I don't know what. Here, it's fine because I know my family is around if push came to shove. But I worry about her because if something happened, then what? Like, even if nothing's happening, just not to be around your family. And yet you are a family person in such a time. For me, it's not about me that, oh, I miss her, I want her to be. No, it's how is she coping? And I know she's great at coping mechanism, but at the end of the day, she's human, and I know
And
sometimes
she's your young
And she needs
sister.
family.
and we are really family oriented. There are people who don't care. For them, they can make their family anywhere they go. You give them a tree, they'll familiarize with that tree. Yeah, so I really worry about her, but well, it is what it is.
It's good you've mentioned, because when you say you're not really into it, I also think proximity matters a lot.
Yes.
There's a big difference, because it's not like I baby my kids, they're not babies anymore, but there's a big difference between a place that worst case scenario you could drive to.
Yes. Yes.
But in this case, even if you do what, there's absolutely nothing
Borders
that
are
you can
closed.
do, and especially if they're in a place where people are dying.
Because they're in category 1 countries.
Exactly. So he's like, Mom, stop watching telly. Nothing is happening here. But when you watch, you're like, I swear, my child. That kind of feeling. We have spoken about a lot of negative stuff. Has there been any positive effects of COVID?
I got my positive. I feel so much love for my sons, the other side of the family.
Yeah.
For my son. So
Yeah.
I guess that's really great.
Yeah.
I also had a wonderful lockdown mate.
That's where we were going. We needed that
So I
to
think
come
I
out.
also learned that I could live with
With
somebody
someone.
in the same space for more than 3 days.
Yeah.
Who was not my son. Positive.
Yeah, that's a positive. I mean, I think for me, my greatest positive was I realized that I had a backlog of work of 3 months. Like that has been the only positive of COVID, because the world stopped. Okay, so that meant my world couldn't stop, because I was just collecting all my backlog and
Yeah.
just clear. So for me, that
That's given you
possibly
time.
the only positive, which can at last give me the same starting point as everybody else. You know how people say,
Yes.
I've been watching movies, I'm tired. I'm like,
How? You have time?
when did you watch? Give me, I also watch. Like, help me to watch. Yeah, so for me, that has been the only positive.
My positive has been basically having to educate my children about lots of stuff that I didn't necessarily
Have the time.
to. You know, these small nitty-gritties that we, you know, just to ensure they say excuse me, to say please. Like when you're away from them, somehow the people that no. When you are away from them, you feel like you're not parenting, like you're not giving them that. Like you're not a mother telling them to put themselves in order. But I feel like it has enabled me give them that real feeling of, yes, mommy educated us to do this. Like they will remember excuse me came from mommy. You know, they remember please came from mommy. All those things. So I feel like I've given them that, because this is the age that they needed it most. So I feel like I've, you know.
My positive, I know Pumla is going to laugh at me, but you know, to be honest, when I was working, for me not having enough time to give my home that Pumla, you can side me or eye me all you want, but it is the truth. That's stuff that I value. So for me to be able to give my home that extra touch of,
you're right.
Of what?
People like
That's the girl finish.
my home is cleaner, it's neater, I am able to declutter, I can wash dishes the way I want to. I rent saucepans I want to, yes. So that I wake up and I feel like, yeah, this is my home, this is my space. Yes.
So that's the positive.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Yes, because of work. Yeah.
those saucepans that needed to be
Pumla, shall not kill my vibe.
In my case, I'll say my positive has been this. You know, I love decor. I sleep and breathe, and after family, it's decor. But what I didn't realize, past 2 years, I actually fell really ill because of it. I just don't know how to stop. During this period, my phone went quiet.
It must have been weird.
You
at
go
first.
to the kitchen and you leave your phone in the bedroom and you don't find
Missed
150
calls,
messages or missed calls. I didn't have to think about time schedules, all the things I thought that gave me a rush. I realized that I don't really have
Need
to
them.
have all this.
Yeah.
I don't really have to be at the top of my game. There is more to life than, you know, all these things. I realized I need spectacles.
Oh wow.
Imagine.
Oh my gosh, yes, me too.
I am such such a reader, but for the last 3 years, the only thing I see is either Instagram, Pinterest.
Yeah.
So now I actually got out a book, Stephen King, and I tried to read books.
The words.
So I'm looking at OJ, he's reading from here, and I'm also reading from here.
But you can't
This
see.
guy is old.
Lol.
Okay, he's older.
He's
than-
older.
He looks good, but he's
Older.
And I'm thinking, needing spectacles is for old people. So I'm like, but he said, but Angie, people wear spectacles at 15 years. Remember I told you
Even
lockdown
much
has
younger.
reminded me how old I am. One to the kids are telling me, but mom, you know you're old, you can't do TikTok. I'm like,
Guys, please.
you know. So there you have it. We've shared with you our experiences, both positive and negative. We would like you to join us on our different social media platforms and share your experiences during this period. With love from Bump Love.